Hi, Julie Jones from SSB Performance, Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training, here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week, brought to you by Game Day Sportswear. This week we're talking about mission killers. I had the great pleasure yesterday to go to brunch with my friend Kate, who's a pilot. She's also my dentist, so pretty cool. And we started talking about focus. I thought this is going to be good. I think I'm going to be able to get my tip from this, and sure enough, I did. But we were talking about her flight school experience. And she said she was in the cockpit at one point, and there's a fly flying around the cockpit. And it was annoying the crap out of her. And, she's paying attention to it. It's doing its thing. It's flying around like flies do, and she's doing what humans do when flies fly around, and she's swatting it away or being distracted, whatever. Flies are annoying, and we know that. And about 30 seconds into this whole ordeal, her flight instructor says, "Okay, Kate, you've been, dealing with this fly for the past 30 seconds or so. It's time to forget the fly and fly the plane." He said, because distractions are mission killers. Distractions are mission killers. Immediately, she got back to the task of flying the plane. The fly was still in the cockpit. It's not like you can just open the window and shoo it out. But she made a decision right then and there that it was time to do what was important at that moment. And that was knowing that she had her flight instructor's life in her hands and her own, pay attention to flying the plane. 24 hours before I had this conversation with Kate, I also had the same conversation with one of my elite soccer players as she was explaining to me what was going on with her team and all the things that were happening. And she was talking about her team's propensity not to necessarily be in the right spot at the right time, which was hindering her ability to move the ball on the pitch. And then their communication tactics were obviously distracting her and sort of messing with her mission, and then dealing with those things in her own head, her overthinking tendencies and all those other things that also become mission killers. And I thought, man, this is really sort of a theme for the weekend, so this is what we're going with the tip. And we have to have a plan for managing our mission killers. For my soccer player, her plan was this. Rome wasn't built in a day. We're not going to change everything all at once. So her job for Saturday night games was to notice, take note of all the things that start to affect your mission. What distractions are around you that is taking your attention away from being present? We're looking at trying to be present, and we're looking at trying to be positive through the little work that I'm doing with this soccer player. And that present is so important, because when we are looking at our mission killers, we're not looking at what we need to be doing. So every time she was noticing that she was distracted, her job was to come back and pay attention to the positive thing that we can do, which is look for our win. How are we going to win this moment? What's important now? W-I-N. What's important now? So it's noticing and refocusing. Noticing and refocusing. Our mind is built to wander. Almost 50% of the time, we are mind wandering. That's what research shows. So throw in distractions, and where are we half the time? In fact, we are not where we need to be most of the time. Think about it. How often are you distracted? How often are you focused someplace that is not productive to what needs to get done now? So my soccer player is noticing and coming back and noticing and coming back. That is the first step to being able to be where we need to be. We have to identify before we can do anything. And the more we can identify what pulls us away, like the fly in the cockpit, the more we can get back to looking at the gauges and flying the plane. So my question this week is, what are you going to do to mitigate your mission killers? What do your mission killers look like? That really should be our first question. What is killing my mission when I'm trying to get my work done? I need to be asking myself the same question. And what am I going to do when I realize that I'm drifting off my mission's path to get back to where I need to be and win that moment. What this does is it builds confidence in our ability to manage moments. If we can notice, refocus, and win that moment, we start to stack moments up, and guess what? Now we have momentum. Amazing. So, what are your mission killers? What are you going to do with the fly in the cockpit? Maybe it's just thinking about the fly in the cockpit story. I know this. What Kate had said to me this yesterday was this. That thought of mission killers, distractions being mission killers, has changed everything that she does. It's infected her pilot experience, and it has affected her dental experience. And I can see that every time I go there because no detail is too small. She pays attention to everything because it's that comfort that also becomes a mission killer, because that's a distraction. Comfort in that consistency of the things we do day in and day out. Looking at the gauges but not really reading what they say. Walking up to the plate but not really going through our routine, letting our mind go to other places. These are mission killers. And we know what John Wooden said as well. He said, little things make big things happen. Little things make big things happen. That's a double-sided coin, because cancer is started by one little rogue cell. But the good thing is if we can catch it early enough, we win. My life is a testament to that. So, as we think about our mission killers, whether it's being too comfortable, whether it's getting distracted by a fly, what are we going to do to stay on track? That's the question. So check out your mission killers this week. Think about what they are. Think about what tendencies you have to get distracted, and then notice, refocus back to what's important now, and win moments. Stack, stackable winnable moments. And things will start really clicking for us all. If you'd like to talk about this or anything else with mental training, Julie J at ssbperformance.com. Don't forget to join me for the free Manage the Mental Game Summit. That's what it is. And you can go to my website and check that out. It's free, starts on March 7th, which is next Tuesday, or tomorrow, actually. 2 days of 11 speakers, great stuff, all asynchronous, so you can do it at your own time. Join me for that, and until next week, manage the moments. Have a great week.